This meeting is called to order. Let's see here, 10 a.m. I guess not even 10 a.m. 10:02. Let's all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good morning. Thanks everybody for coming out. We're going to do the roll call. Trustees in attendance: Nick Carlisle. Here.
Here.
Sean Kamek.
Here.
Hazel Nesbitt.
Here.
Robert Weaver.
Here.
Mike Williams.
Here.
Greg Kinman.
Here.
Let the record show that all trustees are in attendance. A little bit of housekeeping. There is a sign-up sheet. You are encouraged to sign up and speak at the meeting. We do ask that you keep your comments to about 3 minutes and keep the content relevant. This meeting is being recorded for posterity's sake and for those who could not make it today. General announcements. Got a family pass increase. Newsletters and bills will be in the mail by the end of next week. And then approval of minutes. Can I get a motion for the approval of the July 11th, 2020 meeting minutes?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Can I get a motion for the July 11th, 2020 executive meeting minutes?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Straight into it. Treasurer's report. Bob, take it away.
All right, for the month, we're getting close to the end of our fiscal year, so it always gets a little tighter. We did wind up going. We had a great turnout for the 4th of July. It turned out to be a great event for us. Then we've also this month we've taken in just real close to in collections, even an extra $10,000. So that always helps. That always helps the bottom line. It does seem like with a lot of the new owners coming in, we've been able to pick up some money there. Hopefully now that they'll be in the full swing as the new assessments come out here. Hopefully Darlene and them of the staff has run numbers so that we know how much we'll have in for next year. We have been working on the budget. Matter of fact, we worked on it again some today. The new bookkeeping system we have really does allow us to get a better idea and better numbers of where we're actually spending our money. So you can always get copies of the budget, obviously, after we get it done and ratify it. And then also there's always the profit and loss statement up there and our dedicated sheets. We did wind up this last month collectively. We were about $64,000 is what it cost to run the operation. Our payroll is up a little bit. We do have, we're happy to say we have a full-time security agent now on staff, Mr. John Geesley. So we have him on full-time on staff now. So then we have some other things that are going to be rotating through also with security. We're trying to add more layers besides just the cameras, having roving security and start doing some things. We did also, for income and for information, we're reviewing some of the policies on like fines for some of these people that come out here. A lot of times it's guests come out here and tear up our stuff. So there will be, we'll start probably trying to execute a little more of those now that we've got security, whether they're doing donuts or just, terrorizing things here and there. Haven't had a lot of problems with it, but at least if we try to stay on top of it, we'll be doing much better. So our amplified account is doing well there. We are transferring some things around with the banks. Darlene's been working on that with me to where we're gonna kind of split it up a little more because we're gonna have quite a bulk of money coming in. Obviously, after all the assessments go out. So we have it set up now through our bank to be able to do online transfers to other banks to be able to secure the money better. Because at one time or another we're going to be sitting on quite a bit of money. So and I want to make sure it's in accounts that are covered for federally insured. So other than that, we need you to pay your assessments. We did, under the last vote, the $12 extension did not pass. That took a 2/3 majority. We had a majority vote, but we didn't have 2/3. So that $12 did not pass. So on your new assessments, it's going to be $12 cheaper. But remember now that $12 is what gave me the dedicated funds in paving to fix paved roads. So we have a little bit of money left in that account. We spent quite a bit of that money at the beginning of our year last year when we jumped into doing chip and seals and things like that. So what we have now, we're going to use pretty sparingly to get through the year. And even last year, we had enough money that I was able to transfer an extra $50,000 in there to keep things going. This year's going to be a little tighter. We're just not sure. You know, we're hoping everybody pays. We're hoping that it looked like before we allowed for 22% bad debt. It seems like it was better this year, so we've taken that number down to 18%. So, and if collections keep going well, maybe we can pick up a little more money to start trying to put into the paved roads. Otherwise, we're going to kind of save our money. Mike, I have to kind of stretch out what he's got in his account there to do potholes. You know what I mean? Instead of actually doing chip and seal and repaving, because all of a sudden there's no money coming in for that. So we'll put it back on the ballot again, maybe explain it a little bit better next time, and be able to put it in there where it just needs majority instead of a 2/3 vote. That was probably maybe a little confusing for everybody last time. So, because I think everybody wants the roads, and this was not an additional money. This was money we were already paying for the last 10 years, and it was put in as a 10-year, a 10-year collection, term. So, with that, we're trying to get through it.
Very good. Thank you, Bob. Maintenance report, Mike.
Just recently, we did finish the Crystal Lake parking lot down there. Also, got a lot of patch done this week on the potholes with the hot patch. What we will be working on in the upcoming weeks is grading the gravel roads, and we still have a lot of maintenance requests that we're still working on. So that's what will be done in the next couple weeks. That's it.
Awesome. Very cool. At this time, we're going to open the floor for public comment. Anybody fill out any sheets?
Yeah, she's on here.
Awesome. Thank you. Linda Camissa, come on up. Thank you.
I wanted to make an announcement. On Labor Day weekend, I'm going to have the kids a Pan for Gold. If you haven't ever been here to be around it, I bury $300 worth of coins, no pennies, and the kids get 15 minutes to go through in groups, age groups, and get whatever they can. And they get toys, they get prizes. And instead of having this at the beach where people are going to be wanting to swim, I'm going to have it out here in the jungle gym area. If anybody wants to help, because I've got to go through that piece by piece to make sure that there isn't anything in the gravel out there that's harmful. Another comment, what did you just talk about?
Grading and
the mulch that's down there. Is that for anybody to
free
use?
of charge.
Okay.
Anybody can take it, yeah.
Okay.
That's from when the Splendish cut down all the trees, they mulched it up.
Right.
So
Okay, so
anybody who wants to take it, go right ahead.
you can
Take
just
as
back
much
up
as you
and
want. Yep.
all the way.
Yep.
That was all. And
Excellent.
that's on Labor Day weekend. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's going to be on Sunday, but I got to get it put on Facebook when I talk to Aaron. So we need to do that.
Yeah, we'll coordinate it and get it on the
Okay.
website.
Okay. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Linda. Janine, bring it on up.
She's a little taller than me. Good morning. I just have a couple questions. I've noticed that on the building lots, that since the didn't pass for those to be treated as multipurpose, there's quite a few people using them as such. They're leaving campers and everything, and I was just wondering, are we going forth like we used to, enforcing and pointing out that they're in violation and they need to not do that?
Want me to pick that one?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know that it ever was enforced. That's what the problem was. Obviously, we've discussed this ad nauseum. There are buildings in violation. There are people that camp on them. There's just been that way. We tried to find a way to fix it, but at this point, we do not want to get in any more lawsuits right now. So we're going to continue on the way it has been before any of us were on the board at this point.
I thought it was my understanding that when Debbie was the office manager, that at least letters were sent out and people were told they couldn't do that. There
No,
was some-
people were told that they could camp on them,
There was-
against the rules.
Yeah.
told, I know the one people up on Woodland were sent a letter when they just left the community for a few hours and came back.
Yeah, it was a pick and choose thing, whoever you wanted to pick on at the time. That's why I said, we're not playing those games.
So we're just gonna turn a blind eye
Well,
to it.
we're gonna try to find a solution. We tried once and it didn't pass, so we have to, we're in a catch-22 here. If we impose the rules, it's gonna cost us a ton of money in legal fees, because we've already been told, we've already been, in discussion with some people. They have documentation that says they can camp on those lots, because we were foolish enough to give
To
out a
leave the-
handout, a leaflet that says you can break our indentures, which whoever handed that out had no authority to do.
When,
So that
when was
puts
that
us-
FAQ removed?
It was removed 3 to 6 months ago.
So
Something
any
like that.
new owners did not receive that.
Well, that's true, and I don't know about new owners. I can just say, you gotta look at it from our standpoint. You cannot tell these people you can't camp there, but these people can because they've been camping there for a couple of years. I
But they
mean,
take their stuff with them. They don't leave it there
well, then you're
24/7,
still,
365.
so you have to violate the rule, or, I don't quite get that. You can tell them to take it with you. Well, the rule says you can't do it in the first place. So that's why we tried so hard to fix this, and it didn't work. So we're regrouping, and we're going to try to figure out a way to come to an agreement with all owners and fix it. But until that, we're gonna do like the last board and the board before did.
Okay. So essentially no answer. And the SOP. When I was doing amnesty, there was a rule on there that you had to auction off any real property over $50. And I was told that that was changed. And that SOP has not been posted. Where can I find that?
The new SOP's not on there?
No, it's a July 2019.
Well,
That
we'll
is
get it
new.
taken care of, we'll get it back on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you much.
Yeah, it's just no.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Ed.
Thank you, Janine. Olivia Spoler? Come on up.
Oh, I'm Olivia, and a new property owner. I'm here as of the the display that happened at the pool, beach, and on the roadway yesterday. The magnitude of how unacceptable the influence that Madeline, age 14, unwarrantably put on your families enjoying what Woodland Lakes has to offer. I am deeply apologetic. They were friends, well, I have to say, the mother, it was her 50th birthday, I've known for a long time. Her children they're from the south side of St. Louis, 14 and 16. It was her friend with her, just to briefly explain. I don't really know the daughter very well, was trying to take the opportunity to give my friend Tonette, her name is, a 50th birthday out, and she asked to bring the children, not knowing the children at all would be in any, I don't even know how to explain what you had to witness. I'm ashamed. Do not reflect that as of myself.
I think we all understand how that works. I mean, when you have a group of people, you can't control everything they all do. And it's really stand up of you, come up here
Yeah.
and discuss that. I just want you to know that.
Well, I took
We will get
authority
through it.
upon it the whole time as it was executed. I didn't feel it, I don't have children, and I didn't feel it right to allow the child who was having a fit to give her what she wanted and let her think that that is the way you get things in life. And I was young, my family, oh, you have all this energy, let's walk it out. So I walked with the children. I mean, I gave them distance, and I thought that would be enough for them to level their heads, and I didn't ask them to do anything that I wasn't willing to do myself. And I am ashamed. I don't want to be viewed as such. I really am not somebody who's going to be bringing people out here like that. I bought the property for my family, who came out once. I have no children. My brother, 11 months. My nephew Ulrich is. They've been here once, and I hope I just. I'm an expressionist, trying to exude love and just joy. So I am ashamed. I'm sorry. I don't know if I should have just got in the car and drove him home. I just didn't feel like that was right. So that's why I allowed it to play out the way it did, and I'm so sorry that your families had to be subjected to that.
Thank you, Olivia.
Takes a lot of courage to apologize and shows a lot of character.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Steve French. Come on up.
Good morning. I'm Steve and my wife Pat, and we bought a property here actually back in March, and we've had some issues. One of the first ones was it took like 3 months for us to get our deed back. We called up here, we come up here and checked on it. Well, the city must have, the county must have a problem. Well, we called the county didn't have no problem. They were caught up. Everybody was saying, well, they're behind. So anyway, the lady who sold us the lot come up here and had our deed back to us in a week. So, somebody dropped the ball there. Now, we got our camper up here and we're living on the street because we have a property dispute with the neighbor that hasn't been here in, according to everybody, 10, 15 years. But she found out that our camper was set beside her and she said it's her property. Well, now we have to have a survey. Well, we're living on the street up there with our camper, and I bought my lot, I paid my assessment, I paid all the little fees that they have for your toys to come in here. The money out of my pocket has been without reproach, I paid everything I was supposed to. But we're living on the street, and I don't think that's right. And nobody has we're waiting on a survey now, but that doesn't do us any good.
We found the original property.
We found the original back 2 pegs. And everybody says we're on our lot, but we can't get on it. We don't know where it's at.
Unfortunately, that's a dispute between 2 owners. That's not a dispute between you and the trusteeship. That has to be settled between owners. And also, it's unfortunate that this is how things have turned out for you. But I would also like to point out that you can't live in a camper at Woodland Lakes.
We know.
Yeah, can you elaborate on living on the street?
We're just staying there because the way the camper is, we don't want anything to happen to it.
And
we don't know what she's gonna do.
As far as hangups with the deed goes, I would venture to guess that was actually a problem with the county and not with our office. They do turn around deeds very quickly.
In normal cases, yes, sir, I agree with you. I see that. When we called up here, they said, well, we have 60 come in, we have 80 come in. But mine wasn't never processed. The ball was dropped on mine, because if the lady come up and had it done in a week's time, then something happened.
Was the lady holding the deed the whole time? If she had it
No,
done?
she
It
was-
never was sent off, it just got lost.
It just fell through the cracks.
So
Who
usually
didn't send it off?
Would they?
People in office,
This was an amnesty law.
it was an amnesty law. So we're gonna go ahead, have our gravel put down and have our camper set.
That's
And
what I
then it's up
do. You own
to
it.
the rest of it.
I mean, if it's your lot, I
So
own
we
it.
found,
I
we
mean-
found the original property lines, this woman's never came down here, we've been camped out there to protect our property, because we don't even know what she looks like. And there's people who've been roaming through there and putting stops down, painting them orange, but we found the two originals, we had help, we found the two originals. So we're gonna have our gravel put down in the camper set, and it's up to her to do anything else.
There you go.
Sure.
Did they mark
There
on
you
your
go.
property? No, we have private property sign up, nobody's bothered us, but that's what we're gonna do, we're tired of waiting, and she's not come forth, you know, blah, 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 is all we got out of her, so that's what we're gonna do.
Sure.
Okay?
Do it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to bring up John. I want to introduce John Geesley. He's our new security officer. Maybe he can come up and introduce himself, tell everybody a little bit about him.
How's everybody doing? Basically, I've been here at Woodlands since May of 19, so fairly new. However, in that time frame, I've seen a lot of different things that I wanted corrected. And, you know, I did run for the board. Being a new person, I lost the election, but I still wanted a way to help this community. And I had approached John about the security position, and we worked things out, and here I am today. A little background about me. I've been in corrections since 2013. My last position was lieutenant for the city of Jennings, which was a federal holdover. I ran the facility as a lieutenant. I was the director of corrections and public safety. I've created a basic operations plan for emergency for the city of Jennings itself through St. Louis County. You name it, I've seen it in Jennings. I can't tell you that. I try to say that there's some stuff I haven't seen, but I don't know if there is or not. But basically, out here, you know, I know how to deal with people. My past beyond corrections was in customer service, so I know how to talk to people. And 90% of the job is knowing how to talk to someone. I'm here if anybody needs me. By all means, if I'm driving around, you see me, you need something, stop me. More than willing to help anybody out with pretty much anything. But by all means, if anybody has any questions for me, I'm more than happy to answer them if you have any right now.
Your size helps too.
Well, you think that, but you know, being a bigger guy, that's the first one they're going to pull a knife or a gun on. Overall, I'm not a mean person. It takes a lot to get me mad. So, like I said, if there's anything that I can do for anybody, please let me know, and more than happy to help out.
Thank you, John.
Welcome aboard.
Come on up, Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Lurch, and I'm putting on the cornhole tournament here September 19th to raise money for the amphitheater. And I had some people suggest a few things, and there were several of them that asked, can we get a light put out by the playground? And I called Crawford for you just to let you know. It's $35 for them to install a dusk to dawn, and $8.50 a month to keep it going. But they were concerned because they'll let their kids play in the playground while they sit here, and in the spring and the fall, when it's still fun to play outside, they can't see their kids.
Right.
So I was gonna ask the board, I don't know if that's something we have to put in the amendment and vote on, or if the board can just do it.
No, I think that's part of our maintenance
we
and
could-
infrastructure.
yeah.
I do understand that we're gonna be putting up some shade over there, thank you. So maybe we can incorporate some lighting into the poles that we have to put up for those shades. So that's something we can discuss as a board and maybe get it in one package, but you're absolutely right. We tried some solar lights, there are some solar ones over there, but they really
Just
don't
didn't
light it
add
up
much,
that
just didn't
good.
hold up.
Just good enough so the kids don't fall off. But-
Right.
But yeah, you're right, we
But
need
the
some.
parents need to be able to see the kids.
Yes, I agree. Yep,
So.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't forget about the tournament. We've got the cornhole washers, we've got food, we've got a live band going on that night, so everybody come and bring your friends.
Thank you, Lisa.
If it's like the last one, it was a lot of fun.
Is that it,
If there's no other comments, the chair requests a
Tracy.
motion for. Oop.
One thing I wanted to mention, everybody's familiar with newsletters, right?
Yep.
Look at this thing. You know what we paid for newsletters last year? $1,286. Everybody's familiar with them. You know what these cost? $784. Thanks,
Thank you, Darlene.
That's awesome. Anything else? I request a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Good.
This meeting is adjourned.